How's it going, guys? I am that socially awkward gamer you probably forget existed, otherwise known as IAmPattyJack. I am Lord of Caloradia, or Caloradia. I don't know how you pronounce that, to be honest. There's not a whole lot of voice acting to help me out with that. Anyways, we're going to talk about Mount & Blade, specifically Warband today. And it's a little confusing how all the games work, okay? So, Mount & Blade is a series made by Tale Worlds. It was published by Paradox Interactive. The first one, Mount & Blade, came out in 2008. And then in 2010, they released Mount & Blade Warband. Mount & Blade Warband is more of like an expand-alone. It's basically like a giant patch for Mount & Blade. So, I'm playing Warband, and that is the one that you should buy instead of the original Mount & Blade, because it's quite honestly just a better core game, because it's really just the original game with a bunch of fixed things in it. So, yeah. And then there's also Napoleonic Wars, which is an expansion, expand-alone type deal as well. And then right now they're working on Bannerlords, which is the actual sequel. It's actually Mount & Blade 2, Bannerlords. So that's the full-fledged sequel that they're working on right now. Anyways, you may not have heard of this game before, and I wouldn't blame you. I mean, it's a bit of an underground game. It's gotten like a nice cult following over the last couple of years, though. And it's well-deserved. I mean, I've got probably 80 hours in this game by now, and I've been playing it a hell of a lot lately, so let's get into the game, and I'm going to explain how the game works and what it is if you have no idea. So, it's also worth mentioning right now that I have the Florist mod pack, and that is, like, required if you want to play the game, in my opinion. And it's a really easy mod pack to get. You can get it over on the Nexus, and you literally just download the zip file and copy some files into your Steam Apps, and Mount & Blade Warband folder. It's really simple, so not a big deal. Okay, welcome to Mount & Blade. Now, what is this game? Well, it's kind of a medieval life simulator. Basically, you play as the leader of an army, and there are other armies everywhere, and there's different provinces and different factions that constantly war against each other. There's things like you having to build up your army to fight other armies, or you having like relationships with each of the factions and every character in the faction. So, like, if I was to talk to Mr. Kanungir Ragnar, however you say that, this guy's the king of the Nords, and I decided to side with the Nord faction because, well, Calradia is for the Nords, damn it. So that's what I've been doing lately, and he likes me because I've been trying to, like, increase my favor with him. So the fact that I've done that allows him to, like, give me certain, like, castles and, like, villages that I get money from and that type of thing. So that's part of the game. Let's go get into some combat or something like that. I've also got some prisoners on my party right now that I need to get rid of, but, you know, whatever. Okay, so a truce has expired between those. Doesn't really affect me at this point. So a lot of the game consists in kind of this top-down, almost board game perspective. It's not real-time, but it's not quite turn-based either. It's kind of got that Space Rangers 2 type thing where everyone moves at the same time, but you can kind of pause it to your liking to kind of like strategize. So it's kind of neat. It serves its purpose. Do we even want to fight this guy? He's got 92 people against our 59, so I think we're going to go find someone else who we might actually be able to win against. That guy's even bigger. Wonderful. So obviously there's different castles around and stuff, and you can actually gain control of the castles. Like, oh god, I've got deserters after me apparently. That's not good. Those guys are hostile against anyone. So we'll get into a fight with them in a minute here, so give me a break. Anyway, so I've got a castle right now. Took me a hell of a long time to get. It's Kurin Castle. It's right outside of Sargoth, which I think is the main city for the Nords. Which is good, because that means it doesn't get raided. You can basically take over cities or take over any castle you want. You actually lay siege to the castle and fight in the siege, and it's really awesome. Okay, so let's get into some combat, and I'll kind of show you how all that works. I'm going to get my ass kicked in this one, but, you know, such is the way of things for demonstration purposes. They've almost got double the troops I do. But you never know. Maybe I will come out on top. I could just beat awesome. Right, so when you get into a battle, yes, this is what happens. You actually lead your troops in the battle. You lead the charge. You can have different weapons like bows and crossbows and maces and two-handed weapons and shields and swords. I like the sword and shield on a horseback because you can do stuff like this. Well, I missed right there, but whatever. You really have to like figure out how the momentum and stuff works in this game. So like I'm trying to like slice these guys as I go on my horseback, and it can be a little hard, especially when they're blocking like that. And then getting hit by things. You just hit my horse in the ear with a spear, you asshole. Yeah. So you really have to learn the combat system in this game. It's kind of like a medieval warfare simulator, I guess. I mean, it's about as robust as, say, Chivalry is. In fact, Chivalry probably does it a bit better. This game feels a little janky in the combat, and it takes a lot of getting used to and how everything kind of works, so you can actually be effective on the battlefield. Like, you gotta really figure out your momentum, different swords at different reaches and stuff. A bunch of reinforcements on the enemy team just spawned right behind me. That's not good. Okay. And they're all on horseback, and that makes it a lot harder for me to fight them. I mean, these peasant guys on the ground, they're pretty much just fodder. Yeah. You can kill the horses as well, and it knocks them off. And you can pretty much die from, like, one well-placed shot from the AI. If they hit me in the head with an arrow or something, that's pretty much a guaranteed kill. Or a guaranteed knockout. Your character can't be killed, but you do lose your forces, they will be killed, and you have to hire new ones and things like that. Okay. Trying to kill these damn manhunters. It's really hard when they have big shields like that, because my blades just don't do as much damage as I'd like them to do. Alright. I am expecting to lose this, and I'll probably just reload back to where I was. You can actually play this game in a hardcore mode where you can't reload, and every decision you make is permanent. Which is honestly the way you should play, but I don't know, I kind of like the power fantasy thing where I can just go around and kill everyone. Because getting anywhere in this game is extremely hard. Like, getting your own castle or your own village and stuff takes a long time to do. I think it took me like 5 to 6 hours just to get my first castle. No, my first village. I just got my first castle, and I'm probably like 12 hours into this character. And then getting cities and stuff is really hard. You have to really build up your favor with everyone and like siege the city yourself and everything. It's extremely difficult to do. Hello, Mr. Manhunter. Killed him. Got him off his horse. Yeah! Righto. Come on. Yeah, and then you can also do other things, like you build up your reputation with all the other people around the world, like all the faction leaders and the army leaders. And you can do things like work together with them to gain higher status within a particular faction, or you can marry maidens, which will give you benefits, like political benefits and stuff like that. Women are kind of treated like they were in the medieval times. They're not exactly high-class citizens. In fact, it's harder to actually get anywhere in the game if you start out as a woman. But, you know, it doesn't bother me because that's actually what the medieval times were like. So, it's more truthful to how history has been, even though it does take place in a fantasy setting. We actually won this battle, which I'm extremely surprised about. I don't know how heavy my losses were. No, I don't want to retreat yet. There we go. Huh, I didn't lose a single casualty. Oh my god. My surgery skill is really coming in handy. That's amazing. Wow, that was a really big battle to win too. So, at the post-battle screen, you can actually recruit any prisoners that the enemy had. So, and you can also capture enemies that were knocked out rather than just outright killed. But I already have all the prisoners I can capacitate right now. My capacity is full, but I could recruit some more people. Let's recruit some peasant women. Why not? I don't know why I would do that, but it seems like a good idea. I'll take some Swadean peasants as well. Alright. I actually have to reinforce my castle a little bit more, so that's not really a bad idea. Let's see, who else? Maybe some townsmen? Yeah, I'll take some townsmen as well. And a caravan master? Yeah, that's pretty cheap. Every person you hire as well, you actually have to pay every week. So it's not like you just buy people and you can build up your army. You have to have an income. So you have to like win battles and take loot to sell, go to tournaments, win tournaments for gold. And then, like, you get, if you have towns or castles and stuff, you earn income every week from that as well. As well if you're doing mercenary work for a specific faction. Let's take that guy too, because he had a turban, and turbans are cool. Yeah, we can take some caravan guards. Yeah, I think we should. I think we should take a couple of those. I like horseback guys. They're kind of nice. Alright, so now we get to loot all the stuff. There's no shortage of loot in this game, and I really commend it for that. I'm a person who loves tons of loot. Like, loves it. And I don't know why snowballs are a type of loot, but whatever. Alright. That works. Huh. That worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to. That's hilarious. Okay. Now, I think we'll go over to Sargoth and try to sell some of our stuff. So now you see how the battles kind of work. The big battles can get pretty crazy. Like, you can actually have, like multiple different armies fighting against each other. So if I were to be sieging a castle, I could go up with all the other people in my alliance, and we'd all be sieging the castle at once. In fact, I'll try to show you a castle siege in a second here. I'll probably just attack Telrog Castle or something. Even though they're allies. You know, demonstration purposes. We'll head over to Sargoth and we'll sell our stuff, and I'll show you the town options and all that crap as well. Because there's lots to do, actually, rather than fighting. Hey, Sea Raiders, get away from my town. I should probably kill those guys. Ah, I got another town. That's nice. I'm liking it right now because the king guy for the Nords really likes me, so he's a lot more likely to give me stuff, and I'm totally fine with that. It's gonna really go far to helping me get bigger armies and stuff. Although towns can get raided, and when they're raided, then they don't produce any income, which is kind of annoying. All right, let's go over to the marketplace. Let's trade with a goods merchant. We'll just sell all our loot because none of it was particularly valuable, unfortunately. Then you get your character. You can kind of like outfit your character however you want. Obviously, some stuff's better than others and all that crap. You can buy stuff yourself and everything. Really cool mechanic I like is that you actually have to feed your army, so you actually have to keep food in your inventory, and that feeds the army as you like travel about the lands and stuff. In fact, I'm gonna sell that because it's kind of low. I'm gonna buy some cabbages. They can just eat cabbages and fish. It's not gonna give them terrible breath or anything. Totally not. Okay, let's head back now. And you can do a variety of things in cities. You can actually buy like land and like buildings and stuff to generate more income. So, say in Sargoth, I bought a mill. So obviously a mill makes bread, and this is the mill I can go to. I can talk to the guy about random stuff, and I can like give him stuff to help him like make more product so I get better costs, like decreases in costs is what I was trying to go for there. And then you can like go to the castles and everything. Sometimes the castles will have people in it, like this dude. Let's go talk to him. I don't know who this guy is. Oh, it's this guy. I think he kind of likes me. Yeah, I totally beat that guy. So you can do a variety of things by talking to people as well. You can improve your standing in relations with them. So if they like you more, then they're more likely to help you out or vote for you to get like new towns and villages and stuff like that. And then you can work together with them to like increase both of your standings in the realm. And when you do that, obviously you just get more. You get more rewards for it and everything like that. And then other than that, you can like, what else can you do? Well, you can go to the tavern for one. And this is where you kind of recruit different like mercenaries and soldiers and stuff. So, like, say if I were going to go to talk to these mercenaries, I could recruit those guys and pay some money up front, then they join me in my army. I don't think I really need to right now, though. Alright, so let's go siege a castle, because castle sieges are awesome. Yeah, so that happens a lot. When a fief, or fief, I don't know how you say that, honestly. Well, whenever it's laid waste to, that means it's been looted and then it doesn't generate any revenue, which does put a dent in your income because that means that you usually can't afford to pay your army without getting a net loss. Like now, I've got a net change of minus 342 gold because that other one, because these two freaking villages have been sacked, and I can't do shit about it because my army's too small. You can go up and stop them from sacking it, which is hilarious, but, you know. Alright. Apparently I can't try to siege this castle, which is kind of annoying. Whatever. Maybe we'll go to... No, we're not at war with those guys either. Who are we at war at with right now? Only those guys. They're way over there. I guess I'm not going to show you a castle siege, but it's freaking awesome. You actually, like, have to, like, get your ladders, like, up there, and then everyone, like, sieges over the walls and stuff. It's super cool. It is really, really awesome. Yeah, so, what do I think about this game? I mean, it's fun. If you're going to play it, you really need to invest some time into it, though. Like, you can't just... It's not a game that you can sit down with for a half hour and play a little bit of. Like, if you want to get anywhere, you gotta put at least, like, 10 hours into it before you actually start getting far in the game. And there's always stuff to do. There's always, like, tournaments going on, or you can do, like, quests for lords and things like that. Just tons of stuff to do. Now, one of the main problems I have with the game, and this is more of just the lack of money they had to develop it rather than anything, because it's not exactly the most polished game I've ever seen. I mean, for a 2010 game, the graphics are terrible, obviously, but it really is just a case of this was a very indie-developed game. They didn't have a huge budget for it, so a lot of things feel a little janky, like kind of the combat. You know, the combat's very slow and weighty. And that's fine. I'm okay with, like, a slow, weighty combat system, but I feel that a game like Chivalry did it a lot better. It just felt smoother. This game kind of... It tends to just feel odd sometimes when you're fighting, but it's not really that big of a problem, especially if you're in, like, a big open battlefield on a horseback. On horse, you're pretty much fine. Alright, maybe we should lay waste to this fief. You can raid places, too, which is hilarious. Although your companions don't like it. You can actually get companions that don't die. They just kind of get knocked out. And they have various skills that you can level up as well. Maybe we won't do that. Can we level up? I can level up my character, which is great. Awesome. Okay, so here's the character level up screen. It's very RPG-like. So you're pretty much familiar with everything. Strength increases your strength, agility, how fast you go and all that crap. Intelligence is like for whatever, like first aid and stuff. And charisma is for like being able to like trade and talk to people and manage your army and shit like that. So let's put up our charisma again. I like high charisma, what can I say? I'm a very charismatic person after all, so. Alright, what do we want to put up though? I'm thinking our prisoner management after all, because prisoners are a great way to make money in this game. My god. You can actually just take prisoners and then sell them to a ransom person, and he will just ransom them back, apparently, to the families. But you get a crap ton of money for it, which is really nice. And then you can also sell them into slavery on the galleys and stuff, which is hilarious. Yeah. Maybe we can we siege this city? It'll be a horrible loss for us, but we could try. I mean, there's no harm in doing it, right? Besiege the town. Prepare ladders and attack the walls. This is a terrible idea, but whatever. It's gonna be funny. God damn it, my villages are just not doing very well right now. That's kind of annoying. Okay, lead your soldiers in the assault. Let's see how this goes. It's not gonna go well, I can guarantee you that one. Although we only have a -2 battle advantage, which isn't so bad. Obviously, for doing well in battles, you get a lot more bonuses, like you gain renown around the world and stuff like that, so people like you more or hate you more, depending on if you beat them or not. And things like that. So this is besieging a castle. It's pretty freaking awesome. Everyone just kind of charges in and like kills everyone. If you're on the defending side, then you have to like you have to do what they're doing and like try to kill them before they get up here. And you just like try to take everyone by storm. That guy needed to die. Oh man. I'm stuck with all the people in my way. Wow, I've got lots of arrows in my shield already. You can also go into third person, so just so you know, if you prefer that. I prefer the first person, actually. I find it's just easier to see what I'm doing. And like, well, I find it's easier to hit people more than anything else. Ow. I just took 11 damage and I didn't like it. Did not like that very much. These guys have a lot of archers and I'm not too happy about that. Although our forces seem to be doing alright. The AI is a little bit weird. They tend to, I don't know, they're just very easy to kill. It's kind of hilarious, actually. Ow. I'm probably gonna get knocked out if I'm not careful here. My shield's gone too, so that's bad. And then this happens. Everyone gets in a big jumble and their bodies start falling off the edge, and it's great. Like, it's such a spectacle. It's hilarious. I mean, to me, it's like playing Total War, except you're one of the people in the middle of the army. It's great. Come on. Can I get up there without dying? I'm just hoping those archers don't decide to take aim at me, because I would die in like one hit at this point. Yep, there we go. One more hit. Yeah, I'm down. So once you get like knocked unconscious, you can be either taken prisoner, or if your forces win, you can just like kind of keep going. Then you get injured and you have to heal up and stuff like that. So this didn't go well for my team, which is to be expected. I was trying to besiege a castle with under 90 troops, and that's not good. You need like half your freaking alliance to do that. Now my peasant women are coming in because they're the last ones. Interesting. I think we should just leave. Abandon the siege. Well, that wasn't good. What are our losses like? They're alright. I'm pretty much back to where I started before this happened. And your parties will like lose morale and stuff as you go and things like that, you know. Standard stuff. I think this game is just so interesting. There's really no other game like it, where you actually command your troops in such a way. Like, Total War kind of does it, but it's more of like a grand scale thing. This is a very confined thing. It's almost like it gives me like a very Game of Thrones feel. Like, you have your own party, and you're trying to gain, like, standings in the realm for yourself. And that can be through marrying other people, improving relations, or going to war with people. And you take things over, you lose cities and things like that. It's very like a medieval political nature, and I always found that really interesting, even like in school and stuff. So I think if you like strategy games, I think if you like any type of turn-based thing, or just like grand strategy or warfare, or you just really like RPGs even, I think this game is totally worth checking out. You can usually get pretty cheap if the Steam sales are on and everything, so yeah. This is Mountain Blade Warband. I'm really excited for Bannerlords. That one's gonna be awesome. You should definitely check out that game as it's further along in development. It's not gonna be out for a little while though, so yeah. I think you should get it. Just make sure you get the Flores mod pack, and you can just find it on the Nexus. All it does is it adds more types of troops and things like that, and does a few bug fixes and things like that. So, you know, it's great. And hope you guys enjoyed. Go buy this game. It's freaking awesome. I am PattyJack. I will see you guys next time. Peace off.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. I would be super appreciative. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because then you can see all the other awesome content I make. If you want to go find that content, there's a bunch of playlists down in the description for you. Anyways, sounds like I got some dragon slaying to do. Patty out!